How's it going, everybody? Desir here. We have a round 3 matchup for Cosmic Crucible, and I'm feeling pretty good right now. I felt very confident after my round 1 opponent, and I did make adjustments to my defense as you guys saw. So I'm hoping the changes that I made to my defense is still going to allow me to have some more freedom as far as number of sacks that I can do, and still getting that full clear on my opponent. Now let's go ahead and check out my opponent Nightshade's TCP and defense. Nightshade is about 114 to about 115 million TCP. So this is going to be a slight punch up for me, about 15 million, which is pretty amusing to say that 15 million is only a slight punch up at this level, but I'm kind of used to it, so I'm really hoping that we can keep that momentum going. Let's go ahead and check out the defenses. For stage 1, they have the 3-piece X-Treme X-Men with Rogue and Dorm. This is pretty standard right now, but it still can be a little bit of an issue. Stage 2, they have the Mercs for money with Phoenix and Bishop. So this is going to be the 2 pre-taunters because Phoenix and Bishop together. Stage 3, they have the out of time with Super Skrull. I think they're banking on the out of time to be able to sustain everything and have Super Skrull kind of go off. For stage 4, they have the Spider Society with Mephisto. This team could be an issue in stage 4, so we'll see what we end up doing. We will definitely double sack it though. For stage 5, they have the Alpha Flight team. In stage 6, they have the Annihilators with Black Knight. I am worried about that one. I'm probably going to try to sack it once and see if I can get it on the second hit. For stage 1, I'm going to end up using my Masters of Evil with Northstar and Dorm as well. That way I have a chance to get the revive once for myself, and Northstar can clear off their revive onces. As far as ISOs go, I really don't need to switch anything. They didn't change anything to Skirmisher, so I can kind of keep what I usually have on this team. So Kang will be going first in this matchup. I'm going to target the Dorm and use the special. That way we can get slow on the Forge and the Gambit. Titania's going to use the ultimate to get that disrupt on the Rogue. And for Moonstone, I'm going to target the Nightcrawler and use the special. I was debating about doing the ultimate to do that stun on him and rewind, but I opted for the trauma stun instead. Now that it's Northstar's turn, I am going to use the ultimate so I can try to strip those revive onces off. Dorm is up. Right now I was trying to decide who I want to use the special on to get the trauma stun on. I was leaning towards Gambit, but I did opt to go for Forge on this one. Now that it's Kang's turn, I'm going to target the Dorm and use the ultimate. I don't want Dorm actually getting that special off and start flipping our buffs. The ISO attack will come in and get the kill on him. For Titania's turn, I'm going to target the Forge and use the special. I wanted to get him out of the way and killed off. For Moonstone, I target the Gambit and use the ultimate so I can get the stun on the Gambit. For Kang's turn, I target the Forge again and I use the basic. I didn't want to risk targeting someone else and basically not getting that kill on the Forge. So I was able to kill Forge and get 1 life off of the Rogue. For Moonstone's turn, I do the basic into the Gambit. Kang is back up, I use the basic into the Gambit, and that does end up getting a kill on him. Here the Nightcrawler does end up using the ultimate and taking our buffs away. It's not over yet. Dorm does end up using the ultimate, so we were able to heal up off of that. And Rogue ends up using the ultimate on the Kang. Luckily he was able to resist that stun. Kang is back up. I end up targeting the Nightcrawler and using the special. I want to get that adjacent hit, which does end up killing the Rogue, and the ISO attack comes in and takes 1 life off of the Nightcrawler. And here I just do an all-out assault, and we end up getting that kill on the Nightcrawler. For stage 2, we're going to end up using our Cabal team with Archangel and Zombie Juggernaut. I wanted to get that pre-taunt out here, and Archangel is going to be able to use a special because of the placement to where I can try to get 2 crits off early. Archangel will be going first here, and I'm going to end up using that special into the Bishop, so I have a chance to crit on Bishop and Dakin both. We do get the crit and Iron Patriot goes. I use the special into the Phoenix, that does end up killing the Bishop, and Dakin ends up bleeding out, and we're able to kill the Phoenix and get some turn rewinds from the Archangel. Old Man Logan does end up popping off, but we should be fine right now. For Namer's turn, we end up using the ultimate into the Panda Pool because he did have the taunt on himself. Leader ends up using the ultimate into the Old Man Logan to clear the revive once, and we get the assist for the kill. For stage 3, we're going to opt to use our Speed Apocalypse Red Hulk team. So that's going to be Apocalypse with Red Hulk, Emma and Cabal, and we're adding in Nova so that way we have a chance to stun and get some controls out there. Nova also doesn't have a lot of buffs on spawn, so this should get ahead of the Super Skrull. The Red Hulk will be going first here. We're going to target the Super Skrull and use the special so we get a turn made to rewind on him. For Apocalypse's turn, I do opt to target the Captain America and use the ultimate. That way I'm not going to get the ISO attack to push the Super Skrull. Now we're going to target the Super Skrull and use the Falcon Punch on him, and that does get the kill. Nova ends up using the special into the Cosmic Ghost Rider, so we do get a stun on him. For Apocalypse's turn, we end up targeting the Peggy Carter and using the special. I want to get that ability block on her. So she did unfortunately resist the ability block and she was able to get the ultimate on us, but the counterattacks did take her out. Red Hulk does the basic into the Star Brand, we get the kill there. Nova uses the ultimate and we end up getting the kill on the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now it's an all-out attack on the Captain America and he cannot do this all day. For stage 4, we're going to do a burn attack using our Infinity Watch first. We're going to do another burn attack after that. Then we're going to go in for our actual hits. For stack number 2, we're going to end up using our Bifrost team. So the same deal's going to happen. We're going to load in, pull a few more abilities, then we're going to do the actual hit. For attack number 3, we're going to end up using our Superior 6 team. That's going to be the full team. Now I won't be able to use Ultimate on turn 1, however, we should be able to get enough control on the Mephisto and the Spider Society team to where we can start pulling ahead. The Lizard will be going first here, and we are going to end up targeting the Spider-Man Pavitra using the special. I didn't want the Pavitra using any of his abilities right off the bat. Green Goblin Classic's going to use that special into the Mephisto so we can get that turn meter rewind on him. For Kraven's turn, we do end up targeting the Peter B. Parker and using that special, so that way we can get the ability block on him. Doc Ock's going to use the special so we can summon out the Shocker on the field. And Penny does end up using her special into the Lizard and gets the stun on him, unfortunately. Now that it's Spider Slayer's turn, we stay targeted on the Mephisto and we use the special. This does a very good AoE damage to the entire team. The Peter B. Parker did end up getting an ability off on us, however, we are still doing okay. Mephisto ends up doing the special into the Green Goblin Classic, and the counterattacks were able to take him out. So now I'm feeling much more confident in this matchup. For Green Goblin Classic, we target the Penny and we use the ultimate, so we are able to get some traumas and some negative effects out there, along with that turn me to rewind. Shocker ends up doing the special, Doc Ock does the basic into the Penny, and we're going to try to target her down. The Spider Slayer does end up using the ultimate into the Penny, and that does get the kill on her. For the next target, we're going to target down the Ghost Spider a little bit. Shocker does the basic into her, and then Kraven does the basic as well. Spider-Man Pavitra does another ability on us, but Green Goblin Classic was able to counterattack and do some pretty good damage to that side of the field. Green Goblin Classic does the special into the Ghost Spider and we get the kill on her, and now we have a very easy cleanup on the Peter B. Parker and the Spider-Man Pavitra. For stage 5, we're going to use our Speed Eternals team. Now because of the changes that they made to Northstar previously, this is still a very risky matchup, and you're going to see why at the start. This team is going to consist of the Eternals, Kestrel, Ironman Infinity War, and we're using Fury to get that speed up right away. Now it's usually better to use Emma Frost here, but I used her previously, so we are using Fury. We use the special to get that speed up. Northstar then uses the ultimate to flip all those positive effects into negative effects. Icarus is going to use the ultimate to flip all their positive effects into negative effects as well. For Kestrel's turn, I did opt to go for the special as opposed to the ultimate. And Cersei ends up using the ultimate as well, and that does another turn meter rewind. Iron Man Infinity War ends up using the special, and that does end up taking out the Wolverine. From all the assists that came in, we were able to take out the Sasquatch. Now we just have 3 members left. We did just lose Cersei, so that is unfortunate. Icarus does the special into the Sunfire, and the assists come in, we get the kill on him. Kestrel does the ultimate into Northstar, and he ends up getting killed off. And now we have everybody left versus the Guardian. Now if we would have lost somebody right off the bat from that Northstar flip, this could have gone very poorly for us. For stage 6, I am going to do one burn attack. I wanted to get rid of the retaliates from the Black Knight by putting the exhaust mechanic on him. Then I'm going to go in for attack number 2. Now for the actual attack on this, I'm going to try testing out my 3-piece Secret Defenders, added in Cosmic Ghost Rider and Ultimus. I'm hoping to get through that Black Knight fairly quick, and then I can start working on some of the other characters. So because of the taunt from the Gladiator and the Black Knight, our Ultimus is going to be going first. I do opt to target the Black Knight and use the Ultimate so I can try to flip those positive effects into negative effects. So we were able to take him down to about half health. As Marvel Highlight comes in next, we end up using that Ultimate so we can try to get something going. Silver Surfer ends up using the Ultimate on us as well, so we're trying to pull a few more abilities before we can get going. Gladiator ends up doing an ability into our Ghost Rider Robbie, and here we just lost another member of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Black Cat's turn is up. We do still end up using that special into the Gladiator, and now Ghost Rider Robbie's up and we use the Ultimate. For Ultimus's turn, we still end up using that Ultimate into the Gladiator. It didn't do as much damage as we would have liked, but I'm going to see if I can kill somebody off. So Ghost Rider Robbie switches over to Gore and I use the special to try to get the ability block on him. For Black Cat's turn, I do end up targeting the Black Knight and using the Ultimate. I want to try to get some charges, and the thing I forgot about is that Gore actually removes charges, so this actually isn't going to go well. Ghost Rider Robbie uses the basic into the Black Knight, and now it's Black Cat's turn. I end up switching over to Ultimus, and you can see what my issue is. I'm switching targets way too often, and I'm not really targeting anybody down. I think if I would have just stuck on one character like Gladiator to try to get rid of him, or Black Knight to get rid of him, this could have gone better for me. But this isn't going to work, so I'm going to let this play out, then we're going to go in for attack number 3. So for attack number 3, I'm going to try using my new warriors with Guardian. Guardian giving them an offense up, and I might be able to try to get some flips from the team and hopefully get some trauma on there to really do some work. Now let's see how this one ends up playing out. So Gwenpool will be going first here. She ends up targeting the Black Knight and using the special, so I can flip those positive effects into negative effects on him. Now Ultimus does end up using the Ultimate into Gwenpool because of that taunt, and now that it's Firestar's turn, I opted to still use the Ultimate into the Gladiator, so that way we can still get some negative effects and that trauma on the Silver Surfer. Cloak ends up using the Ultimate, Gwenpool ends up using the Ultimate as well, and what's going on here is I'm spending too much time using Ultimates, and that's going to end up pushing the Annihilators to where they can use their Ultimates. I didn't fully think that through. Now that it's Guardian's turn, I end up using the special into the Gladiator. And Surfer ends up doing an Ultimate again, as you see, and that feeds us ability energy. Black Knight does an Ultimate into us, so we're just kind of passing Ultimates back and forth. For Firestar's turn, I end up using that special into the Silver Surfer, and then we end up switching over to the Black Knight real quick. So here I was hoping I can at least kill the Black Knight before he gets another turn off, just because I didn't want him using a special or anything major like that. I think if I would have switched back over to Gladiator, that could have worked a little bit better, but this is starting to kind of go south for me. Also, this part here did throw me off again. The Deathpool had her turn come back up, but I wasn't able to use the Ultimate to get a permakill, which I was banking on, because again, Gore removes those charges. So this team didn't really work as a cleanup. We were able to take out Ultimus, so we are going to keep this just because it's 5 points, and it was the last room I ended up doing. and we did end up winning. What you see here is actually the final. My opponent, Nightshade, ended up getting a 31,452. We got a 41,004. So they weren't able to clear 2 of my rooms. We are going to go ahead and check out the defenses to see what happened, but I already had an idea after I saw the score. For stage 1, we end up using that Masters of Evil Northstar Dorm into their X-Men team with Dorm. We got a 8352. For stage 2, we end up using our Cabal team into the Mercs for Money X-Men team. This ended up getting us a 8368. For stage 3, we end up using the APOC Red Hulk speed combo into the Super Skrull Out of Time. This did fairly well for us. It got us a 8360. For stage 4, we did end up doing that double sack into that Spider Society Mephisto. We were able to end up finishing that off using our Superior 6 team. This got us a 7562. For stage 5, we did end up using the Speed Eternals along with Kestrel and Ironman Infinity War into that Alpha Flight. This did end up getting us a 8357. For stage 6, we did struggle with this one as we were not able to get the full clear. We did end up keeping the final hit, which got us 5 points on this one. As for our defense, our opponent initially went in with the Nowhere team as a sack, then they followed that up by using the Illuminati into our Annihilators, Captain America Super Skrull team. This got them a 7963. For stage 2, our opponent ended up using the double sack method into our Hive Mind Mephisto team. They followed that up by using their Superior 6 team as the finishing hit, and this got them a 7569. For stage 3, our opponent ended up using their Darkhold Quicksilver into our Darkhold Quicksilver Dakin team. This got them a 8355. In stage 4, they weren't able to clear this room. They initially went in with their Secret Defenders APOC, they backed out instead of keeping it. They followed that up by using their Hive Mind as a burn, then went back in with their Secret Defenders Spider-Man Big Time. They were only able to get 5 points off of this one. For stage 5, they struggled with this one as well. It's my Extreme X-Men with Bishop Old Man Logan team. They were able to do 2 hits. They were able to finish this off by using their Masters of Evil and Apocalypse. The Apocalypse was definitely overkill, and I pretty much have an idea what's going on at this point. This got them a 7560. In stage 6 was the other room they were not able to clear. This was my pure Illuminati team. They went in with the sack, they followed that up by using the New Warriors and backed out, then used their Masters of Evil with Apocalypse and backed out. This got them 0 points. So overall, I was very pleased with how my defense performed, and I know exactly what happened with my opponent. It looks like they basically had some bad luck. They end up getting tilted and basically just kind of stopped caring is what it looked like by using that Master of Evil Apocalypse, not being able to clear 2 rooms. We've all been there, so I definitely apologize that this did happen to you, Nightshade, and hopefully we can get matched up again in the future and we can have a better match together. Your defense was still great. I wasn't able to full clear it, but best of luck to you in the future. I do hope that all of you learned something in this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.